Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. Today I have a fun, cute little back to school gift. You can give it to teachers, secretaries, principals. It is a little hand sanitizer holder that looks like a pencil. And I'm going to show you how to use a lot of dies in a different way. So today we're using a lot of different dies. I think I have like 3 or 4 sets of dies that we're going to use. So anyhow, if you want today's project tutorial, just join my email list. The link will be down below, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. This will be sent out on Friday, and I send my Fun Fold Friday tutorial as well. So there's just a few more days, well, a little over a week left for you to subscribe to my August Let's Create Craft Kit. This month I'm using the Fun for Fall bundle, and in this one you will make 4 cards and 1 3D project. So this is a monthly subscription. So each month I'll send you a kit. I always let you know the month before what bundle we're going to be using, so that way you can order it yourself, or you could always add it to your kit. Just let me know. And I pay the tax and shipping on that bundle from Stampin' Up, and I'll just include it in your kit. So this one is a gift card holder. This one is a fun fold. This one is just a regular card, but look how cute that scarecrow. Isn't that adorable? In these hay bales. And then look at this one. Oops, I dropped a card. Some more hay bales, the little fence, the crows. He's protecting his corn there. And then our 3D project is one of the gable boxes with this cute little scarecrow, and he is sitting on the hay bales. Super cute, right? So you'll get some designer series paper, you'll get an embellishment, and you'll get some linen thread, plus the 5 project packets. If there's any die cuts that are not included in the pack, like this is a stylish shaped circle, all that's included in your project packets. So monthly it's $45. It includes the shipping, it includes a PDF tutorial along with a video tutorial. So you can watch me actually put the projects together. And again, it gets delivered to your door, and it's like a surprise every month. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know. But the subscription link will be down below. It's all done through PayPal, so you don't have to remember each month to order your kit. It'll just automatically be done. If you don't want a kit, so like for example, say next month's a Christmas one and you don't want it, you just cancel. Simple. You go into PayPal, cancel your subscription, and you're done. But then if you want to join again, you can. You see a kit that I'm have and you want it, you just sign up again. No problem. So I think that is it. And again, this registration for this kit ends August 7th. Yes, August 7th. They're always, my kits are always, the registration ends on the 7th, and then your kits are delivered by the 14th. Well, not delivered, they're shipped by the 14th. All right, let's go ahead and turn you guys down and get started with today's project. All right, so, oh, one last thing. I just found my prize. So share my video. When you share my video, you're entered into a prize drawing. And today I have some bags for you. Some gusseted bags and some other striped treat bags. So you will be entered into a prize drawing for these. You can share my video on Facebook and on YouTube, but comment that you shared it. Last week's winner has already been notified. So, shall we get started on this? All right, so there's a lot. I'm using a lot of different dies. We're going to use the Framed Violet stamp set. It's only because it has I Appreciate You. So we want to let whoever we're giving this to that we appreciate them. We are going to use the Bordered and Beauty dies. Now these are all our bundles. They come stamp set and dies, but we are just going to use this die right here. I already have it pulled out. We're using the lovely Arrangements die, which this is the one we're going to use, and our Everyday Arches, which we're going to create our pencil with, and I've already pulled the die out for that. So those are all the dies. So let's start out with, I have a bunch of pieces here. So for our little box, we're gonna do our box first. So we need 3 3/4 by 5. This is 5, and we need 3 3/4 by 5. We're gonna score the long side at 2 and 3, 2 and 3, and then we're going to score the short side at 1 and 2 and 3/4. And I don't know if you guys could hear my fan behind me. I have my fan going because it is still so hot here. So we're gonna fold and burnish these lines. And I can't have an overhead fan because then all my stuff will go blowing around. So I have it behind me, trying not to be a nuisance. All right, so we're gonna cut up the score lines on the long side. And I always like to angle mine. That's just my personal preference. And then we're going to adhere these with some liquid glue. So on these, you can put it on the inside and go like so. But I always like to, you know, I tell you this guys all the time, I like to put mine on the outside so it gets covered up, and then that way nothing can get caught on it, if that makes sense, in the inside of the box. So we're gonna glue this to this side right here, glue this one to this side. So it's glued to the sides instead of the inside, because now you'll have a smooth inside. And then even though this is only holding a hand sanitizer, you know, you could put something else in it. I'm not exactly sure if this width would be good enough to fit a gift card, but we'll glue these sides and these sides. And so see how it's hidden back there? You don't see it. Oops. All right, and so there's our box. So now I'm gonna move all this aside because we're gonna create that pencil, and that pencil is a little bit of work. And we are going to use our arch first. I gotta remember how I did all this. We need to cut 2 arches. So we're using Darling Duckling. I chose to go with Darling Duckling instead of Daffodil Delight just because it's a little bit more, I don't know what I want to say. Not like a, you know, daffodils, more like a muted color. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I chose Darling Duckling. I felt like it was more of a pencil color. Uh-oh, that didn't cut. I think all my dies have been used so much. Like I said, I've got fall projects, Christmas projects, Halloween projects. If you're on my email list, you've seen I have a Halloween class coming out. It will go public to everybody on Friday. Okay, so now these are a 1 inch by 2 inch piece of Flirty Flamingo. And this is going to be our eraser. So what we're gonna do is we're using that same arch die, and we're gonna line it up at the bottom. See here at the bottom, and we're gonna cut. And we're gonna do everything twice. Originally, I wasn't gonna decorate the back. You know, it was just gonna be like the arch, and then I thought, no, I better go ahead and do, oops, both. Okay, got some little pieces of cardstock. You straighten that, line it up, make sure it's at the bottom. This needs to go over. And so I did that measurement so that it would be just right and fit it just right. Okay, so these are our 2 erasers. Do any of you have little ones that are going back to school and would like a little gift for their teacher? Or have you had, I see some are already having back to school nights. I don't have any little ones. Well, my grandson is gonna be a sophomore this year, so it's not like he has, you know, a little, what do I want to say? He has a teacher that he goes to. I'm gonna move my thing over. So now we are going to cut the top of our pencil with, this is that die from the Bordered Beauty, and this one you'll line up at the top as well. You guys should have seen me going through all my dies trying to find the ones that would work to make this pencil. This pencil was not easy at first, but I got it, so that's what it's gonna look like. Like I said, I had to go through a lot of dies to find the ones I was looking for. And then again, we'll do this piece. Yeah, so my grandson, if he does have a teacher that he likes, a lot of times I'll make him something to take to that specific teacher. But you know, they go to different teachers, so it's not like he has the same one. Okay, there is that. I'm just gonna go ahead and die cut this since I have the machine out. Hello everyone. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at comments. Hi Lori, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Yeah, this is a cute project. Joan, thank you. How are you doing in Washington State? Hopefully no fires over there. We're just so blazing hot. It's like, my goodness. Okay, let's get this out of the way. So I'm doing all our little pieces to our pencil before we create our pencil, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so now we're gonna need, I have all these little pieces. You can see I had already had some made because I was practicing or putting together. So these pieces here are, now I don't know why I got one's longer than the other and they look like they're 2 different ones, but these are going to be 5/8 by 2 inches. This one's 2 inches. This one's a little bit bigger, 2 1/4. So let's see which one's right. It should be the 2-inch one, but I'm gonna grab my Simply Score for this one. And what we're gonna do is just lay this down and we're just gonna put some score lines wherever a score lines will fit. There goes 1, 2, oops, oh my goodness, 3, 4. That don't look too bad. But I think that piece was a little bit bigger, so you might just get like 3 score lines. Actually, you can fit 4. So this is like, I want to stick my finger in there. So this is the metal part of our pencil. You know what? I should have grabbed the pencil so I could show you guys. All right, so these we will cut in a minute. So let's glue our pieces. So we're gonna glue our erasers. And do you guys ever go through your dies and think, what could I do with this? What can I do with this die? Honestly, this one was perfect because I was cutting it myself and I did not like the way it looked. So yeah, this one's definitely bigger. So you need the 2-inch piece. And that's just gonna go right across. And we're just gonna trim it. I think even on this one, we need a little bit to trim. And I'll show you. And I do have 2 different pieces of silver foil. I don't know, but you're not gonna see the front and the back together, so we should be good. And can you see the little fluttering right here on my, that is a hummingbird outside my window. You know, I have a lot of hummingbirds and they're out there, and I didn't close the blinds completely because it would cast a huge shadow. All right, so there's our pencils with our erasers. So now on our petal pink piece, this needs to be a square at 1.5 by 1.5. Whoa, that's upside down. 1.5 by 1.5. And then we are just going to cut it diagonally. So corner, corner in the cutter, corner. Now you can hold it and cut. And so now for our pencil top, I had a little bit of glue on my hands. What a surprise, right? So our black piece is going to be 3/4 by 3/4, and we're going to do the same thing. This is already cut. I know that because it's tiny. So point and point. Now this one might be too small, so watch to hold. I'm going to use my handy dandy mint tape to hold it in place, and then I cut, supposedly. Okay, let's see if this will hold it and finish. It's a little bit wonky. So you know what? I don't have another black piece of basic black, but here's what we're gonna do. So by the magic of television, I have this, I have one extra piece. Or does this one have it too? No, just one of them does. Because this one's messed up. This one is not the straightest. Where's my scissors? I'm gonna try and cut it a little bit straight. All right, so we're gonna use this one since this other one's messed up. And all we're gonna do is just glue this to our tip of our so-called pencil. I think this one is even a little bit off. We're just gonna glue that. Now, this is gonna go onto here, and yes, we will trim some off. So you wanna match your corners, if that makes sense. And I'm just gonna run glue along the bottom. So line up your corners. And then we're gonna trim. I knew that was kind of gonna happen because I didn't grab my silicone mat. So see, it's gonna stick to the, let me grab my silicone mat. It's right here, so I don't know why I didn't grab it to begin with. And we're gonna add some glue along the bottom. I think I went a little high there. Match up your corners. I did go high. Good thing that the liquid glue dries clear, right? And my pencil might be a little bit off. And then, so we're just gonna trim again. Because if I went with a smaller triangle, it would have been too small and it wouldn't have fit. So that's why we have to do some trimming. But look, there is our pencils, and we're gonna stick 1, to the front of the box. So what I do is I add my glue to my box. Ah, man, what is up with me and the glue? Or I probably say that every week, don't I? All right, let's hold this down. And let me grab a baby wipe and get that glue somewhat off. Do you guys find yourself scrubbing your hands a lot trying to get the liquid glue off? I do that quite a bit. I feel like I'm using a scrubber on my hands. Okay, now let's glue the other one to the back. And voila, so that's the back. So now our little piece here, like I said, I use the violets, framed violets stamp set just because I like the I appreciate you. I believe the blossoms, what is it that we use? The Lovely Arrangement dies, the stamp set, it has a thank you. So you could even use thank you if you wanted. And we're using Secrecy, Darling Duckling. And I will grab that stamp set before I forget. Yep, Lovely Arrangements, there's thank you. You could even put hello friend or whatever you want, but we're using I appreciate you, and we're going to get some dimensionals. And can you guys tell I have the glue? So we're going to stick it right like so. Let's not forget our hand sanitizer. We have the Array of Dots, and I wanted to go with the Flirty Flamingo because it matched the eraser. I mean, look, you could have did your pencil in Lemon Lolly. It just would have been a lighter pencil. I just felt like the Darling Duckling was better than the Daffodil Delight. Okay, these want to do what they want to do. And then we're gonna put one more down here. And then we're gonna get our linen thread, tie a bow. And I think if I remember correctly, I got three of these out of one sheet of cardstock, maybe four. I can't remember, 3 3/4. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 11. You might get 4 because it's 3 3/4 if you cut it. And then we're going to get a mini glue dot. I'm not brain whiz when it comes to math. I'll be the first to admit. So, but there's our bow. And that's our project for today. Super duper quick and easy. Will you guys be making these? Let me know if you're going to make some super cute ideas. Just make sure your little black basic black piece doesn't go AWOL on you like mine did. But that is our project for today. Oh, I forgot. Well, there was one other thing to do. So you could see how this doesn't have the lines. But look, you could put this on your Simply Score and add lines if you like. My poor thing's been all over the place, so it's dirty, sticky. But I was going to do that and then I forgot. But either way, they're super cute. All right, everybody, hope you guys enjoyed this project. And I will see you Friday with the Fun Fold Friday card. I got a goodie this week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.